The Pittsburgh Steelers find themselves at an intriguing crossroads as they enter the offseason, with rumors swirling around possible roster moves that could significantly impact the team's offensive and defensive outlook for the upcoming NFL season. One of the most talked about stories concerns the potential acquisition of tight end Jonnu Smith, a player whose name has gained increasing traction among Steelers fans and analysts alike. Jonnu Smith, who spent last season with the Miami Dolphins, put together a career-best year that saw him shatter franchise records for the Dolphins in receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns for a tight end. His breakout season, capped by a well-deserved Pro Bowl selection, has made him one of the most coveted tight ends available this offseason. What makes the news even more compelling is that Jonnu Smith's connection to Steelers offensive coordinator Arthur Smith runs deep. Arthur Smith, who currently calls the offensive plays for the Atlanta Falcons, previously coached Jonnu in Tennessee and in Atlanta, where he was able to fully harness Jonnu's unique skill set. Smith is widely regarded as a tight end whisperer, known for deploying versatile athletic tight ends in schemes that maximize their ability to create mismatches in the passing game, as well as contribute as dynamic runners after the catch. This familiarity and proven history of success with Jonnu Smith certainly raises eyebrows about the Steelers' interest, especially given the team's offensive identity and the desire to build around a strong, multi-dimensional tight end presence. The Steelers in recent years have placed a premium on the tight end position, most notably investing heavily in Pat Freiermuth, who signed a significant contract extension not too long ago. Freiermuth has emerged as one of the more reliable receiving options for Pittsburgh, demonstrating great hands, route running ability, and toughness in traffic. Yet the question many Steelers fans and observers ask is whether one tight end is enough to bolster an offense that has struggled with consistent receiving threats beyond its star wide receiver. This is where Jonnu Smith could change the equation. Bringing in Jonnu would provide the Steelers with a rare luxury: the ability to field two legitimate, dynamic tight ends on the field simultaneously, a package that Arthur Smith loves to utilize. In his offensive playbook, the use of 12 and 13 personnel, formations with 2 or 3 tight ends, creates matchup nightmares for opposing defenses and allows for a blend of power running and creative passing that can keep defenses off balance. Looking at Jonnu Smith's 2024 season with the Dolphins, his numbers were truly remarkable. He caught 88 passes for 884 yards and found the end zone 8 times, setting franchise records for a tight end in all 3 categories. This level of production is not just impressive in the context of the Dolphins' offense, but is elite by any NFL standard for the position. What makes Jonnu especially valuable is his ability to stretch the field vertically and make plays after the catch. He is not a traditional inline tight end who is limited to short roads and blocking assignments. Instead, Jonnu functions almost as a hybrid receiver, blending speed, agility, and strength to pose a constant threat across the middle and downfield. It's important to note that Jonnu Smith is currently under contract, but he has made it clear he wants to renegotiate, seeking a deal that reflects his newly elevated status. The Dolphins, understanding his desire for a new contract and the value he holds, have reportedly been exploring trade options. The Steelers appear to be one of the interested suitors, which makes a lot of sense from a football perspective. For Pittsburgh, acquiring Jonnu Smith could be the missing piece that helps transform their passing attack into one that can keep pace with the top offenses in the league. Of course, any trade involving Jonnu would require Pittsburgh to part with draft capital or assets, but the question the fan base faces is whether that price is worth paying. Would giving up a mid to late round draft pick and committing to a reasonable contract extension be a fair price for a player of Jonnu Smith's caliber? Many analysts argue that it would be a savvy move, especially considering the depth and talent Jonnu would add to the receiving core. On the other hand, some caution that the Steelers have already invested significantly in Freiermuth, and adding another big money tight end might create salary cap complications or roster management. challenges, yet from a pure football standpoint, the potential upside is enormous. Imagine a Steelers offense that can line up Freiermuth and Jonnu Smith together, forcing defenses to choose between defending two capable receiving threats who can also block effectively in the running game. And this flexibility allows offensive coordinator Arthur Smith to dial up a variety of looks, play action passes, screens, deep routes, and heavy power runs, all from formations that are tough to defend against because of the player's size and skill. It could also ease the pressure on the Steelers' wide receivers and quarterback by providing reliable, chain-moving targets in the short to intermediate passing game. Switching gears to the defensive side of the ball, another critical storyline. This offseason revolves around the contract status of edge rusher TJ Watt. TJ is coming off another stellar season, continuing to establish himself as one of the most dominant defensive players in the NFL. However, his contract situation has become a sticking point, and the Steelers are reportedly facing a steep financial hill if they want to keep him long term. Watt's older brother, former NFL superstar J.J. Watt, recently weighed in on the matter, offering sage advice that underscores a broader trend in how NFL contracts should be handled. J.J. Watt emphasized the value of rewarding players early in their careers to avoid escalating costs later. He suggested that teams who delay negotiations end up paying a premium and create unnecessary tension within the organization. JJ's comments were widely interpreted as a subtle hint that TJ Watt's contract talks with Pittsburgh have dragged on too long, potentially driving up his asking price. The timing is particularly challenging because the market for elite edge rushers has heated up dramatically. Recently, Myles Garrett of the Cleveland Browns inked a massive deal worth approximately $40 million per year, resetting the bar for what top-tier pass rushers can command. Now, this new market benchmark means that the Steelers may have to match or come close to that figure if they want to retain Watt. Other edge rushers like Max Crosby and Danielle Hunter have also signed deals in the mid-$30 million per year range, which likely serves as a baseline offer from Pittsburgh. However, given TJ Watt's status as arguably the most valuable defensive player in the league and his consistent production, it is believed he is seeking closer to that $40 million annual figure. The Steelers now face a dilemma. They can either decide to pay top dollar to keep one of their franchise cornerstones or risk losing him to free agency. For a team that prides itself on building through the draft and developing homegrown talent, the prospect of losing Watt would be a devastating blow, especially since his pass rushing prowess and leadership on defense are integral to their identity. But the salary cap realities and the desire to maintain a balanced roster make this a complicated decision. Many fans and commentators have criticized the Steelers' approach to contract negotiations with Watt, suggesting that an earlier agreement might have prevented this financial strain. The truth is, when you wait too long and the market inflates, costs balloon and tensions rise. J.J. Watt's advice serves as a cautionary tale for teams league-wide about the benefits of proactive contract management. In addition to the big-name contract talks, the Steelers' offseason also features encouraging signs from younger players and rookies during their OTA organized team activity sessions. For instance, Derek Carman, a recent first-round pick, has chosen to wear number 99, signaling his readiness to make an impact as he embarks on his professional career. His presence and energy have already made waves among teammates and coaches, sparking excitement about his potential contribution to the defensive line rotation. Meanwhile, the Steelers' quarterback situation remains a topic of discussion, particularly concerning rookie Will Howard. While there is optimism about his physical tools and potential, early reports from OTAs suggest he is still adjusting and has not yet hit his stride. This isn't unusual for young quarterbacks learning a new system and environment, but it underscores the challenges the Steelers face as they look to stabilize the most important position on the field. Fans should remain patient as Howard develops, understanding that early struggles in OTAs are often part of the growth curve. On the defensive front, veterans like Cole Holcomb are showing promising signs of recovery from injuries, looking sharper and more athletic than expected after his lengthy absence. His return to form could bolster the linebacking core, providing depth and experience that will be crucial over the course of a grueling NFL season. Similarly, defensive lineman Isaiah Loudermilk has impressed coaches and observers with his work ethic and progress during the offseason, hinting at an expanded role in the team's rotation. The Steelers have also placed significant emphasis on improving their secondary, bringing in Gerald Alexander, a new defensive backs coach with a reputation for detail-oriented work and communication skills. Alexander's early influence appears positive, with reports indicating that he is already pushing the defensive backs to be more communicative and disciplined, an area that plagued the Steelers last season and contributed to their defensive struggles down the stretch. Lastly, strong safety Terrell Edmunds has publicly praised the Steelers organization for its culture and how the team treats its players. Despite criticisms about the franchise being cheap or lacking state-of-the-art facilities, Edmunds emphasized the familial atmosphere and genuine care the coaches and staff show toward the players, both on and off the field. This kind of environment often translates to strong team chemistry and resilience, qualities that Pittsburgh has long been known for and hopes will fuel their return to contention. With all these developments, the Steelers' offseason is shaping up to be one of the most eventful in recent memory. Whether it's the pursuit of Jonnu Smith to add offensive firepower, the high-stakes negotiations with TJ Watt, or the progress of younger players during OTAs, Pittsburgh is positioning itself for a season filled with anticipation, hope, and high expectations. Fans are encouraged to stay tuned as more updates roll in and the team's roster and strategies become clearer heading into training camp and beyond. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. A shocking revelation has sent waves through the NFL rumor mill as Aaron Rodgers, one of the most iconic quarterbacks of his generation, hinted at a possible move to the Pittsburgh Steelers in a recent exclusive interview. While nothing has been officially confirmed, Rodgers' remarks have ignited a frenzy among fans and analysts alike, sparking speculation that the veteran star might be gearing up for a new chapter in his illustrious career. Rodgers, known for his laser precision passes and clutch performances, has long been a key figure with the Green Bay Packers, but the whispers of change have grown louder in recent weeks. During the exclusive sit-down, Rodgers did not outright confirm a trade or signing, but dropped subtle hints about his openness to new opportunities, specifically mentioning the Steelers as a franchise he respects deeply. The timing couldn't be more intriguing considering Pittsburgh's ongoing search for a franchise quarterback to lead their offense to playoff success. The Steelers, a team steeped in history and known for their passionate fan base, have been on the lookout for a reliable veteran signal caller ever since the uncertainty around their current quarterback situation began to surface. Rodgers' potential arrival would not only bolster their offensive firepower, but also inject much-needed leadership and experience into a squad eager to reclaim its dominant past. Insider sources close to the organization have reportedly been in talks, though details remain tightly under wraps. Critics and supporters alike are debating what such a move would mean for both Rodgers and the Steelers. Would Rodgers be able to adapt to the Steelers' system and culture after spending so many years with the Packers? And could Pittsburgh's offensive line and receiving core provide the support Rodgers needs to perform at his best? These questions swirl amid growing excitement as fans anticipate the possibility of witnessing one of the league's greatest quarterbacks don the black and gold. Meanwhile, Rodgers himself appears cautious but optimistic, emphasizing the importance of fit and mutual benefit in any potential deal. His comments suggest a player still hungry for success and willing to embrace a fresh challenge. For the Steelers, landing Rodgers would represent a bold statement of intent and could drastically reshape the team's prospects for the coming seasons. As this story develops, all eyes remain fixed on Pittsburgh and Rodgers' camp for any official updates. The NFL offseason often breeds speculation, but this particular rumor carries weight given the stature of the player involved and the strategic needs of the Steelers. Whether this will culminate in one of the most surprising quarterback switches in recent memory remains to be seen. But for now, the possibility alone is enough to electrify the football world. Stay tuned as we continue to follow this developing saga. The prospect of Aaron Rodgers suiting up for the Steelers might just be the blockbuster story the NFL needs heading into the new season. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.